The question we have tonight, it says, "This generation shall not pass away. Please explain." Now, that was, Brother Franz spoke last night in regards to this text. Turn the Bibles to the book of Matthew chapter 24, and let's read the whole text, not just paraphrasing this. Let's read the whole text, and let's see if we can come up with the answer. Matthew chapter 24, and it's verse 34. When we get there, please say amen. Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. And the question was, "This generation shall not pass away. Please explain." And the Bible tells us, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled." Now, when we study the Bible, the one thing we want to do is make sure that the text is in context. So many people take one Bible verse and make a whole doctrine out of it. So we want to make sure that we're reading this in context. So let's look at a couple of, so we know this whole Matthew chapter 24 is talking about the disciples going to Jesus, asking, "When shall these things be?" And the end of the world. They asked all these questions. They were perplexed. And Jesus gave them a list of different things that was going to happen. And at the end of it, he said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled." Now, if we look at verse 30, go to verse 32, it says, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things shall be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away." So we see that God is saying, look at a fig tree. As you can see, you know when summer is at hand by studying the fig tree. And Brother Franz talked about last night, it said, this is all the beginning of sorrows. And that word sorrows, it's equivalent to birth pains. So I've had 3 kids. My wife had 3 kids. I was just standing there and just trying to be supportive. So I have 3 kids, and you know, it's so funny. Like I know being that we have 3 kids, I know when my wife is at that time where I call it go time, because you know she's like, "Oh, I think this is it." I'm like, "It's not it. It's not it." But when she has that, and when they start coming rapidly, and then when she tries to talk, she cannot talk through a contraction. That's when you know, okay, now it's time to get to the hospital. The same thing God's telling us, look at prophecy. Look at prophecy, and you see all these things start coming to pass. Not one earthquake here, and then another earthquake 10 years from now. If it's happening in rapid stages. And we see that it's major earthquakes that's been happening. One last month. I mean, there was an earthquake a couple years ago in Chile that literally shook the whole Earth's axis. So there's a lot of things that's going on. As we continue going into this evangelistic series, you guys are going to see without a shadow of a doubt that the second coming of the Lord is nigh at hand, even at the doors. So I can encourage everyone to continue to come, because we're just building a story here, and then at the end of the evangelistic series, everything's going to be so clear to know where we're at in prophecy. So with that, I believe we're going to have our theme song get directly into the message. Our Brother Lance has 1 or 2 things to add.